It's time for the 3:30 Focus with Ted London, powered by the law offices of Ted London and Associates.
Love is, it soothes the savage beast. These words of wisdom I repeat. Look for a soulmate, someone whose love will go the distance. Stop collecting only temporary hearts. Just find a soulmate and then let go of your resistance. You live happy ever after from the start. You need a soulmate before your house of cards collapses, whose devotion's like a candle in the night. Locate a soulmate to help you navigate the rapids that rise up along.
Come on, Michael Franks. Come on, Ted London with the Michael Franks. How you doing, Ted London?
Hello, Attorney Ted. There we
Hey
go.
there. You're live now.
Hi. You know what, question for you. Is it fair to say if you've been married for longer than 25 years and you are happy that you have, in fact, found your soulmate? Is that fair to say?
Oh,
I think so.
absolutely.
I think so. Well, you know what, T-Ben and D-Hill, how are you guys today? It's a pleasure and a privilege to join you on this Thursday. I'm so happy to be here.
It's
Happy
always a good
Thursday.
day when we're talking to you, and then you come in with some Michael Franks. And it's not
Oh, man,
Popsicle
love-
Toes or Lady
Love
Wants to Know.
Popsicle Toast. That is one of my favorite tunes. You would do yourself a favor by going to YouTube and listening to Soulmate by Michael Franks. Listen to the whole thing. This is the kind of tune you have to listen to 3 or 4 times before you get the real essence of this tune. One of the reasons why I play this tune today is because, again, we're celebrating Black History Month, Black long-term married Black couples, and we're celebrating families. And, you know, we're going to get right to it in that regard. We have someone that's joining us today, and I think he's on the line. He is a historian, a businessman, father, and a husband. Many of you already know him. That's Mr. Eugene Dillanado.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we're going to have Mr. Dillanado join us before we get to our calls, because we're still taking calls today, and we are still giving, courtesy of Ted London and my lovely wife, Kelly, $100 to married couples who call in today and share with us their secret for having long-term marriages. And that's what we're celebrating today, is long-term married Black couples. So, Mr. Dillanado, welcome. Black love.
Thank you. Thank you, Attorney London, and congratulations to you and Kelly for maintaining that marriage. You know it's work and it's love, but you have done that and continue to do so. Congratulations.
Well, we know what, Mr. Dillanado, compared to you and some of our listeners and soon-to-be callers, we are honeymooners. So while I am happy to be a part of this conversation today, I am more listening and taking notes than contributing. So, but we want you to contribute, Mr. Dillanado. Mr. Dillanado, from a man's perspective, tell us the benefit of being a part of a long-term marriage. Are there benefits for Black men to be in long-term marriages?
Absolutely. Stability and being able to sustain what you do is the name of the game in America, in the business world, and in the community. So when you found someone who has your back, when you found someone who provides a peaceful, a harmonious, and a loving, and a healthy, and a thriving atmosphere in your home, then you've established heaven on earth. And I've been enjoying that, and I am the recipient of that, and I am just so pleased to have a woman who has my back day in and day out. And so that is the cornerstone of any community. And all of you married people who are out there, it's work. It's a challenge. But if you're working in the spirit of a shared vision for your life, and you have someone who works in tandem right along with you day in and day out, that is a treasure. So respect it, honor it, protect it, and tell your wife, show your wife with thoughts, with words, and with actions. Do what you say that you're going to do every day, And I can tell you, I have just had a wonderful time, and I am continuing to do so because I came to that realization a few years back. And so there were some moments when I perhaps didn't understand it like I understand it now, but now I can tell you I'm learning something from my wife every day. We teach each other, so I'm both a student and a teacher.
Mr. Dillanado, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes. Please, no, Atiba, please go ahead.
I was just wondering, listening to you speak, so many couples, I think the average length of time in marriage in the United States is 8 years. But I don't think that's just enough time for people to be able to do exactly what you just explained. You said out loud, hey, I haven't always had this understanding. It's something I had to grow and mature to. Can you speak to the importance of just having the ability to give each other enough grace to allow each other room to grow into the beautifulness of marriage?
Yeah, it takes time and effort. So what did I want? I wanted to have peace in the house. What did I want? I wanted to have health. What did I want? I wanted to have love. What did I want? I wanted to have a companion. So each day, an obstacle would appear, and I had to ask myself, do I still want those things? And so if I wanted it bad enough, then I looked at that obstacle and we sat down and came up with a solution. And so we got smarter, we got wiser, and as this continued to happen every day, then we started to look at these obstacles not as obstacles, but as opportunities to get wiser and stronger and to love each other even deeper. So we started to look at it from a different perspective and to ask ourselves, do we still have this same shared vision for the outcome that we want? And what do we want? We wanted to thrive and to pass some health and some wealth on to the next generations.
Well, that's what we're about. We're about black families, black history, and the fact is, black history is black families. So, Atiba and D. Hill, if we have any callers on the line yet, again, we are still giving a $100 in American Express gift cards to anyone that calls who's been married at least 25 years, and they can share a bit of wisdom about how to sustain a long-term marriage. So
now,
if we
I have to
any callers on the
apologize,
line,
Sid, because before we, as we were tossing to the commercial break, I told callers from last week, I said, if you've been married more than 10 years or 10 years or more.
You said 25, so I was going to go with your number, D. Hill, but we'll go with whoever can call.
That's
if
married.
You're married. And you can share with us, the listeners, and me and Kelly as well.
Okay, good deal. Let's
how
start
to
with
sustain a long-term marriage. Let's get right to it.
You got a couple of calls, so we'll go through them real fast. Hi, hey,
Yeah.
Levi, you're live on WVON with Ted London.
Yes, Mom? Yes, my name is Myrtle.
Hi, Levi. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. I've been married 66 years.
66 years. Got it.
Yes. I married December 24, 1957.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And tell us, Miss Mabel, tell us how you met your husband.
Murder.
Well, a friend of mine was working with him at that time, and he brought him by to see me, and that's how it got started.
Was she bringing him by?
My name is Myrtle. M-Y-R-T-L-E, Myrtle.
Myrtle. Please forgive me, Miss Myrtle.
Yes.
Please forgive me.
Yes.
Were you guys in Chicago when you met him, Miss Myrtle?
Yes, we were in Chicago.
Got it. And you lived in Chicago your whole life now?
No, I didn't. I live in Mississippi. He was in Mississippi, but we came here, and that's when we met.
Got it. Now, Miss Myrtle, tell us a secret to the success of a 66-year marriage. Are there a couple of things that you can share with the listeners?
Yes, a lot of it just have to forgive, have to be patient with each other, and respect each other. And also remember not to say anything. Remember the words can really hurt. So really watch the words.
Very good.
And I have to pray a lot myself.
Well, that's the key to a 66-year marriage for sure.
And we've been attending the same church for 63 years. So that helps us out a lot.
Okay, a great wisdom, Miss Myrtle. You have to forgive. You must be patient. You must respect one another. You have to watch the words that you say to one another because they really hurt.
That's right.
They really hurt. And you know what? Having a good church home never hurts either.
No, it doesn't.
Great. Ms. Myrtle,
Okay.
did they take your name and phone number so I can send you out your $100 American Express gift card?
No, I don't think they did. No.
Will you do me a favor, please, Ms. Myrtle? Will you take my name and number down now so you can call my office right now, and then my assistants will take your name and number, and then we'll make arrangements to get you your $100 gift card, and maybe you can take that husband of yours out to have a cup of coffee and sit down and reminisce about some of the good years.
Appreciate it.
So,
Thank you.
Myrtle, my office
Yes.
number, you have a pen and paper?
Yes.
The number is 773
Yes.
721
721.
3333.
Okay, then.
And you can call my
Okay,
office
thank
right
you.
now. One of my assistants will take your name and number. And you are our longest married couple to date, Miss Myrtle. So we're so grateful that you grace us with your wisdom of a 66-year marriage. Thank you so very much.
That's wonderful.
All right, we got another caller on the line. Mark is on line 2. Hey, Mark, you're live with Ted London.
Hey, how are you, Attorney London?
Mark, welcome. Tell us about yourself. How long you been married? Where did you meet your wife?
Well, first of all, this is Mark from the Aloe Shop. I have been
yes,
married. I have been married for 12 years.
Okay.
I'm 58, and I met my wife in high school.
Got it.
Yeah, I met her in high
Got
school.
it.
We went to a small Catholic school in the Roseland community, and never spoke to her. And
I was about to ask, Mark, what took so long?
Never spoke to her. I was living, so to say. And years later, we reconnected, and it's been the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Nice.
Now, Mark, were you single for all of those years before you got married?
Oh, yes, I was.
Got it.
Mark make it sound like he had a good time, too.
Well, I'm sure he did. Mark, but what's the benefit of being married versus having the single life for all those years? What's the change and what's the benefit?
Well, first of all, my wife is my best friend. And of the relationships that I've had in the past, they weren't always my best friends. And the previous caller said something about watching the words. You know, words can hurt and cut deep. And we speak to each other cordially all the time. And when she has a moment or I have a moment, we know how to go to opposite ends of the house for a little while. And shortly after that, we're back together.
Sure. God, yes, indeed. So can you make that really succinct, Mark, in terms of the one nugget that you can give to have a long-term marriage, which I'm sure you are going to have? What's the one key that you would give?
It's real simple. Just marry your best friend if you can.
Marry your best friend. Got it. Very, very well. Mark, I don't know if they took your name and number. I hear your commercials on WVON all the time.
This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. We'll take the $100 gift card, but we'll give away a free gallon of juice to the first 3 people that come in tomorrow.
Got it. So what then, Mark, in that case, why don't you give them your address so they can come in and get a free gallon of juice?
Our address is 117 East 95th Street. That's 95th, right off of Michigan Avenue. 117 East 95th Street, the Aloe Shop.
The Aloe Shop. And for the first 3 visitors tomorrow, they'll get what, Mark?
A free gallon of juice.
A free gallon of juice. Got it. And
a free gallon of aloe juice, and we have the purest aloe juice on the market.
And what time do you open, Mark?
We'll be here tomorrow from 9 to 5.
9 to 5. All right, Mark, thank you so much. And, to be
Mark,
in touch with...
And Mark, again, you have my number at my office, Mark, to call right now so my assistants can get your name and information so we can get you your $100 gift card.
We'll do. Thank you so much.
Good deal.
Do you have the number, Mark? I guess you do.
Yeah, we'll get it. That's nice.
Good deal.
Very well.
Thank you so much,
Mark.
All right, we're going to go to line 3. Patricia is on the line. Hey, Patricia, you're live with Ted London, and we're talking about black love.
Hello. I called last week, so I'm so glad I got on.
Welcome, Patricia. Patricia, tell us, we have to qualify you.
Red, I'm good from CMS Trophies and Plaques.
Okay.
Ted, we've done work with you.
How long have you been married, Patricia? We got a number of callers waiting to get in like you do.
46 years.
Ooh.
46 years. And what's the key, Patricia, to a 46-year happy marriage?
Well, for us, we study each other. Everything else Mr. Dillanado said and all your other callers, but we study each other just like you would study in school. We pay attention to each other's needs.
Got it. Got it. So pay attention to each other's needs. So you have to study each other and pay attention to each other's needs. Ms. Patricia, thank you for that bit of wisdom. I think you have my number at the office, 773-721-3333. You can call right now. My assistants will take your name and number, and we'll get you your gift card out right away. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you.
Line 4, we're going to Anthony. Hey, Anthony. You are live on WVON.
Hi, how are you doing?
Just fine.
Hey, Anthony, tell us about how long you've been married and where did you meet your wife?
I've been married 42 years.
Wow.
It'll be 43 in May. I met her in high school.
Okay. Were you?
She was we were 14 and 16 years old. That was 1975.
Wow.
1975. We've been together since 75. Time goes fast.
That is beautiful.
You really don't realize it. You know, I married her. I was 21. She was 19.
And how many children do you guys have?
We have 2. That's it. We have a 33-year-old and a 25. I was in the military. I joined the military, and then I realized that I really missed her. She's my best friend.
Wow.
And I loved her, and I asked her to marry me.
And so, Anthony, tell us what's the one key ingredient to a long-term marriage, in your words?
A couple of your callers said they already kind of they responded on how I would respond. Number 1, I think I married my best friend. Number 2, you have to remember what you say. Words cut. You can't say things and then bring them back. My wife taught me that. I used to have an acid tongue with her. And she taught me that, you know, you say things to me and, you know, they hurt me and you can't take them back.
Got it.
I also...
Anthony, one question for you. I want to ask you a question, Anthony. At what point in this 42-year marriage did you become a good husband, in your own opinion?
That's a great question.
Wow. That is a great question, and I'm somewhat embarrassed to say... But after my
Black men need to know. It's not an immediate thing.
After my son was born, so that's about 26 years ago.
Okay.
When he came to Earth, I realized that I can't teach him to be a man if I'm out here doing boy things.
Got it. So that's how 14 to 16 years into a 42-year marriage, you became a better husband. So that still gives you close to 30 good years of being a good husband. Got
30
it.
good years. You know something else too. I hear people that say, "Don't go to bed mad" and stuff like that. Nah, that's not true. You go to bed mad, but you just let it go in the morning. When you get up in the morning, you let it go. If you can't talk it out that night, this is what I'll do. If you can't talk it out that night and you can't solve it, you go to bed. You may be mad, but then the next day or the day after, you try and solve it. Because if you don't solve that problem, it's going to be there. Another thing that I was told by one of my uncles who's married some like 50-something years, he said, never let the sun beat you up when you come home. Never let the sun, and don't come home with something that you didn't leave there with.
Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one, Anthony. That is a good one.
Anthony, great call, Anthony. Anthony, again, please call my office at 773-721-3333. Give my assistants your name and phone number, and we'll make arrangements to get you your $100 gift card. Great call, Anthony. We appreciate you.
Thank you guys so much. God bless you.
We got the lines are lit up like a Christmas tree. Let's go to Christine on line 3 right now. Hear from a woman. Christine, hey there. You're live with Ted London.
Hi, how are you?
Christine, welcome. We have to qualify you, Miss Christine. Tell us how long you've been married. Where did you meet your husband?
I've been married 31 years. I met my husband in 1988. We worked for Andy Frame Ushering Service.
Oh, wow. My uncle used to work for Andy Frame. He used to wear the little blue uniform with the yellow trim. And he saw all the great concerts. Got it. Miss Christine, tell us, what's the secret to a long-term marriage?
We continue to date each other. We pour into each other with words of encouragement, and we communicate.
Got it. Mm-hmm. So you have to continue to date, communicate, and pour into one another positive affirmations. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Great call, Christine. I'm sure someone is benefiting from all the wisdom that we're hearing on the legal line today. You know what, Christine? I'm sure you've heard my number, 773-721-3333. Please call my office so we can get you your $100 American Express gift card.
Thank you so much for that call, Christine.
Let's who do we have next?
We got Emmanuel on line 6.
Hey,
Emmanuel, welcome. Good.
Welcome.
Tell us about yourself, Emmanuel. How long you been married? Where'd you meet your wife?
Well, actually, we will have been married. Nellie and I will have been married 42 years in June of this year.
I love all
this. And actually, I was in the Marine Corps and got out, and 3 weeks later, in '82, we got married. But I've been knowing her for a minute, though. We were in high school together. And the nugget, aside from a lot of the things that everybody has said but no one will ever say, and this is what my advice is to my nephews and nieces and things like that, is that you keep everything external of that marriage external, mother, father, sister, brother, or whatever. You guys work it out, work it through, and if you got a God, act like it, and let that spirituality roll through and flow like you want it to. So I don't have to repeat or regurgitate everything else people have said already. But my one nugget, and that's my stand. We stand on that.
I'm just gonna clarify that for you, if I can, Mr. Emmanuel. Emmanuel is saying keep people out of your marriage. That's what it sounds like you're saying.
And anything external of that marriage, out of that marriage. You keep it
very well.
You keep it out. It don't matter who they are. Mother, father, you got to grow up and act like you grown. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to act like two grown adults and work with it.
Great call, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, do you have my number so you can call in to get your gift card?
773, the last part.
721-3333. 773-721-3333. Okay?
Thank you,
Good
sir.
deal. We got time for one more. Let's take Al. Let's take Al real quickly.
Please.
I love all this black love. Hey, Al, you're live with Ted London.
Oh, man, that's awesome. I've been married 23 years. Met my wife. I was 33, 24. I was working at Powerhouse Fitness. She was working at Mondays across from the Thompson Center. And she walked by like Beyonce. And I've been on board the whole time. And I can say that the key to this is vision for the family, and where you want the family to be. Down the road.
Got it. That's a great point, Al. Al, I'm sure you have my number by now. Please call our office. It is 773-721-3333. I hear the music. You know what, D. Hill and Tiva, let's do this. Let's wrap all this up next week in a bowl for the listeners.
Good deal. I love this. You had people married 50, 44, 21 years, 66. So all that talk out in the black community about there's no such thing as black folks being married this long.
That's true.
Look, you heard about it today. And the caller that said he met his wife, she had a walk like Beyonce.
And we're going to talk, next week, we're going to talk about some of the benefits of having long-term marriages in the African-American community. So, you know what? We're so grateful for everyone tuned in today and listened and shared with us. And it's like we're out of time, Atiba and D. Hill.
Yes, we are. Straight up at 4 o'clock right now.
Right.
You got the Grammy music playing now.
I hear. I appreciate you guys so much. Now I'll listen and be with you guys next Thursday.
Take care, Attorney London. We always appreciate
Thank you so much.
Goodbye, Mr. Delanato.
Sure. Bye now. All right. Bye-bye.
I was having a medical procedure, and I wanted to ensure my kids would get my home should something happen to me. I called attorney Ted London. He provided a land trust and power of attorney. Now my kids will not have to go through the probate process.
After the death of my husband, I had to get my affairs in order. I called attorney Ted London. Now my family and home will not have to go through the probate process.
When you need your estate plan done, call attorney London.
773-721-3333.